Hey, Whiskey Fans, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kara.
Kara, what do we have today?
Today we have Journeyman's Silver Cross.
Is that to ward off vampires?
I think it would help, for sure.
It might work.
Yeah, this
little
is
garlic in there.
a store pick from Cypress Craft Beer. And it comes in at 59.9% or 119.8. Can you tell us a little bit about this Silver Cross?
Oh, it's a 4-grain. I do know that. We have the regular expression.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember if we tried it or not. I don't remember.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's the lower proof. It's about 45%.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Memory. There was only 24 bottles from this particular barrel.
Because
Apparently it's only 5 gallons.
they do a 5-gallon. Journeyman does often these small barrel-aged whiskeys.
So this is just about 2 years, or maybe a little over 2 years old. But look at how dark that is.
Yeah, that's
That's
that small barrel for you.
yeah.
A lot of exposure to the wood.
I will say that there was a couple barrels that are these, and there was a sister barrel.
Okay.
Had the same yield of 24. I was able to try that. Would not be able to tell that it was even a 4-grain. But
really?
it was very strong in wood notes, very rich and dark. It didn't have like the caramel sweetness or anything like that. I liked it though because it was different.
It was super
Yes.
savory as opposed to sweetness.
Exactly. And we've tried this once, and I remember it being on the sweeter side, and I can't wait to go back into this because I just tasted the other one 2 days ago, and it's kind of still fresh in my mind to see how it compares to this one.
On the nose right away, I can get it from quite a distance. You can smell the sweetness, but if you take a nice hefty little nose of this,
It smells like, okay, when you buy like the bundles of wood to go camping,
sure,
and then if you just like lit
them all on fire.
them all on fire. This is what it smells like, that burning just raw wood.
But I also get an
the hickoryness.
enormous amounts of sugar too. It's
Yes.
like caramelized
It's sweet.
sugar with woods and
And I think that's what's making the wood almost have like a hickory kind of like
Barbecue-y
sweet
smell.
Yes, it's like barbecue without the meat. Isn't that weird?
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's more of savory, but
Not quite barbecue
it's
sauce.
like a vegan barbecue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Without the richness of meat, cause
No meat.
yeah. Well, it smells amazing,
Yeah, it's so different.
but it definitely has a slight Journeyman nose. If you've ever had Journeyman
Yes.
products that are not necessarily the lower proof Journeymans, but the higher proof Journeymans, those are the ones that stick in my mind more. There's a quality to the woodiness, and I can only guess that might be the 5-gallon barrels that you're smelling. It smells slightly different than just aged bourbon.
I think some of the other picks that we have of the wheat and the rye that we had, they were bigger barrels. I think they were 30
really?
gallons.
30 gallon, yeah.
This was the first one that was only
Super.
5.
Yeah.
So they don't do like the full barrel
Not yet.
size. Not yet.
They have started to lay down the 52-gallon barrels.
That's what we heard, but it's not confirmed. So we don't want to spread rumors out there.
That's true.
You know,
But more whiskey is always better,
this is true.
I think. So this smells amazing. I just want to jump into this glass.
It doesn't smell like anything of. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go in.
Wow.
That's got some sweetness,
Ooh.
some heat,
Yeah.
and wow, it gives me the tongue tingles.
Tongue tingles.
Yeah, it lights my palate up a little bit. The sugar sweetness on the front of this, it's like super concentrated sugars.
It is.
Like molasses without molasses thickness. You know what I mean? Corn syrup?
Yep.
Corn syrup?
Yeah.
Like super thick.
It was described as like when they were selling it on the site for pickup, it did say like gummy bears and stuff like that. I don't think we've ever gotten gummy bears. No. None of the notes that was described we've got, and I think maybe it's just we're a little bit more sensitive.
Well, I perceive I get the sugar.
I get the sugar.
Yeah, I get
Like-
the intense sugar, but when I think of gummy bears, I think of like a apple gummy
Yeah, like a
bear
fruity
or
gummy
a
bear.
cherry or
I'm not getting that.
pineapple. I don't
No.
because I'm not getting a specific fruit. It doesn't remind me
Yeah.
of gummy bears.
Yeah.
That's why it reminds me more of a thick corn syrup.
I'm a Haribo for life, man. This is not caribou for me. Maybe that's why.
Maybe because of it doesn't have a particular fruit, that it just tastes super duper sweet with amazing woody. Do you get like almost like a charry barrel?
At first I thought it was smokiness, but it's not. It's definitely like that barrel influence because it has that wood presence, but it's like a raw natural wood. Like if you were at a Home Depot and you wanted them to cut something for you, it's like how that smell is like on the palate. It's just so weird, but I kind of like it because it doesn't have like, you know how some wood finishing has like a lacquer. I know, lacquer, never met her. It's fine. Don't know. But it's got like some finishes that are just a little too bitter.
Yeah.
I'm not getting bitter.
I'm not getting that either. But okay, so when you say, I understand like the lumberyard intensity, but I'm not getting like the sappy wood. It's older than that.
No.
So it's different, but it's super intense. It's very concentrated wood. Not quite like, I don't know. There's no good comparison in my mind, but it's super intense.
But if it didn't have that wood on there, the sweetness would be too overwhelming. So it plays nicely, and that sweetness with the wood is almost on the nose like a vegan barbecue-ish. But it's not barbecue.
I'm getting almost.
It's weird.
I'm almost getting it is different.
Yeah.
I'm getting almost like a charred sensation with that bitter wood.
Yeah. Like burnt ends, but without the meat.
Yes, without the meat, which is kind of like different, but not super charcoal, but
because
burnt ends.
In some scotches, you can get like the whole bacon and just meaty barbecue.
This is missing the meat.
Yeah, this is just sort of on the way to being like a cookout.
Okay, so sounds weird, but you know how when you barbecue something, but you get a little lazy and you put the barbecue sauce while it's still cooking, and so it starts to burn because it's sugar. It's like the burnt sugars that you would in barbecue sauce that you would put on meat, but you're only eating the burnt barbecue sauce. That's what it reminds me of.
But I
like a burnt hickory barbecue sauce.
It's the hickory part is coming out to me,
or the mesquite, the woody, maybe hickory.
But if you just drink it, you're not really thinking barbecue-y until you get the sweetness and the wood that come together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, otherwise I wouldn't have thought that. There's something so different, and I like it. And it's a 4-grain.
I didn't even...
No, it's 25% corn, wheat, rye, and barley.
That's right.
The wheat I can see coming on the viscosity maybe, because you know how like a higher wheat usually is a little bit nice texture, and because it's in a 5-gallon, so it's pretty thick.
Super concentrated.
I mean, it's dark and it's got legs. It's not super oily though, but somehow the legs are sticking.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I just find this to be such a concentrated pour. And we kind of dig what Journeyman's doing. They've been on our radar for a couple of years, and it's just great. I can't wait to see them keep doing what they're doing and get bigger and better. Maybe some bigger barrels, perhaps. That's what I would like to see in their future, hopefully. So, how about you guys out there? Have you had Journeyman, and specifically the Silver Cross 4-grain? What are your impressions about Journeyman and their single barrels and their experiment with smaller barrels? Give us your opinion down in the comments. And while you're there, hit that thumbs up button. And if you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel.
Our fancies.
Turn on those notifications. And you can join us in our next video. Well, I don't know about you, but I
like weird, and I fancy it.
I fancy this whiskey. Cheers.